Welcome to the 5th episode of WCPoets.com's 6-part series previewing the fall sports. Today we're joined by head men's and women's cross country coach Greg Phillips. Coach, you're in your 26th season as the head coach of the cross country teams and have seen your fair share of success. Talk a little bit about this group of runners you have, both men's and women's, and what you expect from them.
Well, Travis, I'm real excited about the upcoming season and this particular group of athletes that we have. It's a real nice blend of upperclassmen and newcomers, and the older kids are really helping the new ones learn our system, our training system, the ins and outs of Whittier College, and it's going very, very well so far.
I know one thing you like to do in your program is really work towards improving the individual runner against themselves rather than against another runner. So just talk a little bit about that philosophy.
Yeah, Travis, I mean, it's definitely a team sport, cross country. Success in cross country is all about the team. But individually, we don't neglect that element either. And whether you are going after the conference title or finishing somewhere near the back of the pack, we want to see each of our individual athletes improve. And improve they do, and improve they will.
Let's focus a little bit on the women's side. And there's no secret that Michelle Calloway, she's one of the top runners in not only the conference, but the region. Last year, Candace Ray, she broke onto the scene. She was named an all-conference runner. Who else do you see on this year's team to kind of join that duo as a potential all-conference runner?
Wow, what's exciting about this team is that we have 10 or 12 ladies that are capable of making all-conference this year. To start naming them all would mean I would forget one or two, probably. So, but you mentioned Michelle, of course, and Candace, Molly Litherland, coming off of an awesome track and field season in the middle distances, is certainly amongst that group. Eva Aguilar was all conference in the steeplechase last track season. She'll be challenging. Aiko Araki. I said I wouldn't start naming, and here I am naming, but there's a number along with some of the new people as well.
What about some of those freshmen on the women's side that you kind of think can burst onto the scene a little bit?
Well, we have a fine local talent in Sabrina Viramontes. She's been slowed a little bit by a summertime knee injury, but she is certainly one of the new freshmen with some good high school personal bests. And then we have a transfer from Riverside City College, Adriana Davidek, who is academically a sophomore. She'll certainly be challenging for a top 7 spot as well.
Well, let's shift our focus to the men's side. And over the years, the roster itself has grown in numbers. So just talk a little bit about how recruiting has gone over that span and kind of how it's helped make this men's team competitive.
Last season we were disappointed with just one freshman newcomer, but that's changed in a hurry. We've got 8 new freshman guys this year, so the future looks bright. These guys are all of similar ability. They've all ran in the mid to low 16-minute range at Mount Sac, and that's a good nucleus to get us going both this year and in the future as well. So
you mentioned the 8 freshmen on the team this year. You only have 2 seniors, Sean Arps and Bryce Holwinski. So what kind of leadership role do you expect from those 2 guys with such a young roster?
Well, we've already seen that big time. You know, Bryce up at our training camp up at in the Lake Arrowhead area here was a real spark plug. And then Sean more recently, Sean wasn't able to attend camp, but he's now joined team practices, and he works at a specialty running shoe store in the summer, and he's around great runners all the time. Sean really knows his stuff, and so he's a great leader for the young guys as well.
Well, a few weeks back, you guys ran in the Titan Invitational, and just a number of teams in that Division 1, 2, 3, and just a plethora of runners. And I know you use that kind of as a tune-up for the season, so just talk a little bit about what you saw from your team in that meet and kind of things you can improve on and how it's going to help you throughout the season.
We like starting the season actually with a Division I quality meet, and that's what the Cal State Fullerton Invitational is. It doesn't get any more competitive than that. So we've seen the best, and we're ready to move on into the season now. It was a good opener for us.
Well, I want to thank Coach Phillips for taking the time to join us today. The men's and women's cross-country teams are in action this weekend at Mills College in the Mills Invitational. Coach, thanks again.
Thanks, Travis.